Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How are we, guys? Look, I've got a few bits and pieces for you, but I'll tell you what, this game does me head in sometimes. It's just pissed me off today. I cracked it and drove down to the coast. I absolutely cracked it. We'll get into that in a second, but I just wanted to thank the guys who turned up to the subscriber kick today. Brad, SuperCoach Pro, get around his channel if you want some SuperCoach content. Kicked a couple of nice dribblers. Carter came down, made some huge travels, the lad. You got to respect that, and slotted some nice little sausages as well. Lukey Mack, one of the absolute quiz masters, snagged one from the boundary line. And then Lucas, better known as Baggers, one of the loosest operators on the live sessions, one of the icons, slotting them from 50 metre torps. He reminded me, and I don't want to pump your tyres up too much, mate, but a bit of a right-footed Stuart Dew. He had a bit of Christian Petrarca bombing about. I mean, let's not mention Petrarca today because that's part of my my trauma right now. But no, it was good fun. So I really do appreciate the guys who come down. So it really does make for a fun video as well. Not something I do all too often, but it's great when we can tee it up and get a few people around it. And yeah, editing isn't my strong suit, but we'll get it out in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. And yeah, do we talk about the footy now? I mean, do you ever sometimes just gear yourself up for a game, and you're like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch this game, and I really need a big game from these Blads. And I needed Petrarca to go big. I did a TikTok about it. I don't often do it, but I said it, back him in. He's going big. And Clayton Oliver, I just need something out of you. Just something decent. And on top of that, I tipped the Ds. Thought the Pies were a bit injured. Thought it might be a good opportunity to make some back against the comp. Halfway through the second, I'm like, fuck this. Petrarca's had his ribs just absolutely caved in. And I'm like, well, he's come back, but he's not looking good. And as soon as I heard he was subbed out, I was like, fuck it. Fuck this. D's are getting smacked. Oliver's just booting the ball wherever the hell he wants. And Petrarca was playing great footy and just happens to get absolutely cannoned. So I was like, stuff this. There goes my relaxing Monday afternoon. Stuff your public holiday. I'm going down to the coast and laying in the darkness in the back of my car for a bit. That sounds a little grim, but that's what I did. I've got a mattress in there now too, so it's not too dark. But I was just like kicking back, just having a good old time. But anyway, we'll check. I'm not sure if the rank is out or not yet, but I'll check that in a moment. But yeah, I've been loving the back of my car lately, and that sounds a little weird, but I've got a setup in there. I've mentioned a couple of times, but if you're not aware, bit of a I've got a territory, so it's a bit of a setup where you can do a bit of a platform, lay it out, chuck a little foam mattress on it, and you can sort of sleep in it. So certainly not staying the night or anything tonight because I've got to work tomorrow, but it did make for some good times to just chill out down the coast, listen to water or whatever. But when was it? Saturday night I went down, and yeah, I just went down to this car park down the coast, and so random when you just like, I don't mind people watching, you know, it sounds kind of creepy, but do you ever just, you're in a car park or a supermarket car park and you're just watching people and you're like, geez, people are odd, you know, it's just interesting to be like, I wonder what the hell they're doing. And some cars just roll in for like 2 minutes, they drive out, then one car came up, parked right next to me. I'm like, oh, am I going to die tonight? Like, what's going on here? They just parked, went for a walk down this boardwalk. It was dark. I was like, that's pretty game. And then it was like 11, I reckon. And I see these bright lights like beaming through my car window. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it was like these 3 teenagers. I'm pretty sure they were teenagers. They didn't look that old. Riding around on like bikes with like really bright lights on it. I mean, and this car park's nowhere near, like, it's not near suburbia. It's real, like, random as. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then, you know, when a torchlight shines right on you, and you're kind of like, can they see me? Do they know I'm in here? Are they looking in here? Like, because they're a distance away. It's like, are they just directing their bike by chance right at my car? Or are they... I was like, you sure you're going to have to fight someone tonight? I mean... But then, yeah, they rode off. They came back a couple of times. It was so weird. And then I don't quite have the fit outs for the window to block that sort of stuff out. So I didn't want to sleep there overnight. So I thought, I'll just, maybe get a bit of a nap in, just chill out for a bit. And next thing I know, I wake up, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I just like fallen asleep. I woke up to like a car like coming by. It was so random. Sometimes you wake up in your own bed and you're like, oh shit, where am I? I woke up to a car light and I'm like, for a millisecond, those first 5 seconds, you're like, Jesus Christ, where am I? What's going on here? But no, I'm loving it. So I can't wait to, over the holidays, fully complete it, fully deck it out. I'll probably go live in it just to show you guys one day. And yeah, actually stay a night. But let's have a look at the side if we do have a final rank. And I'm just smashing this out because I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. You try and front up with optimism most of the time, but I was heading for a really good score, so I'm hoping I've still got a decent score, but I can't help but feel like a drop in rank is possible. Okay, alright. Okay, that was... Look, I'm happy with it, but you can't help but feel like it was going to be better, you know? Like, I mean, what did Petrarca score? Fuck, he was on 64 at half time. And Oliver actually did fight back for a 97, so my apologies, Clayton. But, yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, you could have traded in Will Dawson, so I guess it ebbs and flows. But probably, in essence, I reckon I'll probably missed out on at least 40 or 50 points. Petrarca was probably going for a 130 plus, which is what I was hoping. But anyway, I'll review this side in a sec. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'll just chuck the chicken satay in the microwave and finish this one off. So always a good week when you go up in the ranks, but gee, it pissed me off today. I'll be back. Okay, let's have a look at this side. And also a big thank you to Langers who filmed the video today. I did mention him off the top, which was a poor choice by me, but he's bloody hurt the ribs playing local footy, the young lad, so he couldn't actually have a kick today, but honestly, I'd struggle to do it on my own. The tech side of things, the moving things around, the setting it up. So it's a massive help when you come down and do that for me, mate. So I appreciate it, and hopefully next time you can slot through a few snags yourself. But yeah, thank you for that, mate. So, wow, that's interesting. Nick Dacos 64. So maybe that's where maybe that helped me a bit because some would have had the C on him. Others would have had it on Gawn. And early on, it looked like he was going nuts. I really thought Heaney was going more than 116. But anyway, he was my skipper in the end. Hard tag from Neil Bullen. Real hard tag. The hard tag is back, which is bad news for Supercoaches. It makes you nervous on a weekly basis. But Sheasel, he's really responded super well, which is great. Nick Martin, super third term, but to kick, what was it, 26 and 2? To only score 92. I mean, I know he gave away a 50 and doesn't always use the footy beautifully, but anyway. And look, Tom Stewart, look, he must have been on about 70 at three-quarter time because he only had a couple of touches in the last quarter. I can't remember the other, but one was a turnover in the back 50 that led to a goal. Also led to me leaving the garage and wasn't too happy. But anyway, look, he's playing okay. He's playing okay footy, but he's just not involved as much as he once was with those. You know, again, Jordan goes to him. So I will look to upgrade him at some stage, I think. But it's not one that I'm urgently going to attend to because I feel like he can still ton up pretty easily. It might be a luxury trade towards the end of the year. Mac Andrew goes up a bit in price. He'll turn into Luke Ryan. What's his break even now? It's probably still okay, yeah, but Luke Ryan, plus he's got the bye. Isn't Sexton going well? Just racking it up. Still don't believe he's a keeper. Some people are starting to go to that mould of thinking, but I think when Will Powell comes back, I feel like he will regress a little bit in his role. Bontempelli was a popular VC option. Again, got a fair bit of attention from Berry. I put Butters on the field just to get Graham's 64 because I didn't want to roll the dice on Clark, but in the end he scored pretty well himself. Frustrating with McAuliffe getting the sub, very frustrating. Dawson was good, but didn't actually use the footy super well. It could have almost been a 130 pluser. Walsh has probably, ever since that amazing start to his season, he hasn't quite reached the heights that maybe we thought he would, but he's still going okay. And Miller was just soundly touched up. I didn't expect them to go to him. I thought probably it'd be Anderson and Rowell, but it was pretty effective. We talked about Petrarca and Oliver and Tom Green. Look, I have hitched myself to his wagon like no other, and I'm still backing him in, but he's not going well. I thought he was going to really respond against a younger type midfield, and look, a great first half. Doesn't always use the ball beautifully, but I thought, okay, he's definitely going to turn up, and then I think Nash might have gone to him. So again, there's a lot of players receiving a fair bit of attention, which is unusual, but it is sort of the flavour. Once you get a couple of effective tags, all of a sudden everyone's jumping on it. So something that these guns are going to have to start to work through. But Grundy was outstanding. We touched on Gorm, but yeah, Grundy just dominated the Cats, particularly Stanley's main matchup, and not a surprise, but gee, got smacked. Flanders, there would have been some who whacked the C on Flanders, and that was a very wise call in the end. He just waltzed around, racking up the stats, which the Saints often do leak a fair bit to their halfback flankers. Zorko was pretty solid. He's probably at a nice price for quite a few people now if you don't have him already. And where's his break even at? Oh, he's still got to get rid of that. Yeah, okay, so he's probably still going to drop a bit. Bringing in Fisher turned out to be a really good call. I was nervy about it. I really was, but watching him roll around, getting a stack of the footy. To be honest, he didn't touch the footy much late. I think he was on about 130 with maybe 5 or so minutes left. But Fraser, nothing too special, but hopefully keeps the spot and keeps making a little bit of money. And then Dowling, who I went over Dawson, so I guess that worked out really well. But again, he didn't use the footy too well, had a couple of poor moments, which, yeah, you can't be too critical of him, because he's playing his first bloody game, but I think it was about 89 AFL fantasy and only the 63. But happy that he played well. Hopefully he can keep his spot. 12 out of 18 league wins, which is good. We're getting back in touch with the top 8 in the bragging rights league. There's a few leagues that I'm well down in, but so we're going okay here. We're going okay here, even though I lost a couple of close encounters. Got the easy dub there in True Supercoach 3. Close loss there to Lockie, who was, he's 19th in the comp, but he's had a good week there. And this is another one. I'm struggling in this league. Going okay here. Really close one over my old mate Wang Ho. Look out. Number 1 in the comp. We've knocked him off. Look out, brother. I really needed a win here. Didn't get it. That's a cash league. That's frustrating. Oh, 1 point. Are you serious? Oh, Jezza from the centre advance, and I fucking needed that win because I'm 16th. Oh, Jesus. And then I guess I got the 4-point win here over Ben. It ebbs and flows. And then a 5-point loss. Wow. Well done, Zach. Well done. Good score here from Harry. Really good score, and that rounds it out. So it's always a bit of a mixed bag. It always is. Let's have a look. Just want to have a look at how we're shaping up next week, because the next 2 is where it'll be critical. Desperately need McKercher to come back. Desperately need that. Yeah, you'll need McAuliffe to hold his spot. Gone. Jackson will come back. Yeah, things could be tough. Things could be real tough. So the forward line's okay. 1-0 there. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, back. Yeah, not good. So I'll trade Andrew to Ryan, which will give me 5 zeros, and hopefully McKercher comes back. Trading out Graham because he's made as much coin as he can, so he'll go and should hopefully fill a spot. Excuse me. And then look, Clayton Oliver, yeah, you sort of feel like, he's no keeper anymore. You may as well trade him, but I really want to go him to Sarong. But, he's still got a bit of coin to drop. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. Potentially, if Petrarca's out for a bit, he might go. I'll have to have a bit of a dive into it. But, yeah, we've got money in the bank, which will certainly be Andrew to Ryan. But we'll also have to go Graham down to someone to do that. So we might need some options. But yeah, this week was always going to be tricky. It's certainly going to be that. So we're going to have to do some thinking on that anyway. I feel like par's going to be 18. So I reckon we're looking at about 17 or 18 right now. But feel free to comment below how many you're looking at fielding at the moment. But I'll be back on Wednesday to go live. So feel free to chuck any questions my way then. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. Hope you had a good long weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.